Okay, welcome everybody. Let's look at the charts, the weekly, the daily. We'll look at the intraday charts, look at the trade or trades that I made today. Okay, let's get started. You know what else we're going to do? We're going to compare my service with another service. Okay, because I had a member ask me a question to prove something about my trading recently, and I want to talk about that. Okay, that's going to be towards the end of the video. So let's get started on this. So the weekly chart right here. You can see that the week is very tight. My goodness, look at this week right here, guys. 43 range, right? 43, just a little no-nothing range going on here. Today is Tuesday, super tight. I think the nearest support realistically, support below this is 47.02. This may not be done. We may still be going up here for a little bit. This is just monster mashing this. MACD now MACD is getting very elevated on the weekly. This is a pretty high number. There's only a few times it's been higher than this in the history of the S&P 500 on the weekly chart. It's a few times been higher, but not very many times higher than this number right here. So the sense is the market's going to run out of gas here. Exactly when? Well, that we got to wait and see. Okay, got this cycle low here. Been talking about this. So we're going to wait to see, do we get a pullback coming down into like the middle of March, maybe to like the first or second week of April, okay, somewhere in this area. I think the odds are high that's going to happen, okay, especially with what I'm seeing here, okay, but this may not be quite done yet. There may be some more upside to this. For members, of course, make sure you read the nightly email for some important information, as always. About my opinion about what I think tomorrow is going to bring or the coming days. Okay, let's look at the daily. Okay, the first thing I'll say is the universe indicator down here. I don't show this very often. I occasionally do for promo purposes, and this is one of those days. So this indicator probably doesn't look like much to most people. Yeah, it kind of looks like mostly like a flat line down here. You got a little spike over here. Okay, of course this spike soon after, price did what? Price did this, right? Bam, price kept going up. But I use this data to help determine sometimes what the market may or may not do, okay? So that's an integral part of my opinion each day, right? So it looks like a flat line, right? But watch what happens when we zoom in here. What happened here? Before it even happened, right? This was already forecasting that the market was going to go down over here. And it did. Look at this one. It says the market's going to go down. No, it's not going down. It's not going down. Oh, yes, it did. It actually matched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days prior. It actually matched the low for 7 days. So guess what? The whole time this is saying the market's going to go down. And it did. Now look what it's doing. Okay. And this right here doesn't show today's data yet. Okay. It could be this. It could be this. It could be this. Members know because I'm going to tell them tonight. All right. So if you want to know my opinion about what I think the market's going to do, let's say tomorrow, okay, or the coming days, you should join and you can stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you how to do that. Of course, it's not the only thing I use to make to give my opinion in the nightly emails, but it plays a part. Okay. Okay, let's talk about what I think we're seeing here. So we got this tiny little day, 23.75 in the futures, like a no-nothing day. Okay. You can see I need to extend these lines, but I'll do that soon enough here. Not in this video, but I'll do it soon enough. These are the nearest supports, 48.72, 48.08. These haven't really changed, right? There might be a little argument for support right here, but I'm not going to put it in there because it's so close and so tight. So I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. Yep. Okay. Will we get a pullback down into February 8th? Well, it's on the chart. And remember I said I didn't think anything happened here, but it did happen. 2 days, boom, bang. Wasn't a huge pullback, but it did happen. So, okay, got to pay attention. It's February 8th, which is just basically just 2 days away, Wednesday and Thursday. Right now, just looking at the chart, I'd say no. I'd say we're not going to see anything here. But I said that before. You get a surprise. Okay. February 25th, there's another cycle low there. And yeah, the green cycles still look pretty doggone good. So I'm not going to mess with them. So this February 25th, I do think there's a possibility for a decline in there, and then March 19th as well. Okay. This purple cycle, we'll just keep an eye on it. If it doesn't make good here on February 8th, and especially if it doesn't make good on March 13th, then we'll get rid of it. But for now, we'll keep it in there. So the green cycle is the one that looks like looks pretty solid. We'll reevaluate as we get out into these dates about the other yellow and purple cycles, okay? But for now, these are the dates. Okay, here's my trades for the day. I had actually 3 different trades. One was kind of last night, kind of late. I think I made $150 last night, and then the bulk of it was during the morning session. You know, intraday, made like $800 something there, and then I made another $150 at the end of the day for a total of $1,200. You can see this is the 5-minute chart. Took a snapshot at the time. Guys and gals, look at these trades. Here's a Getis Plus indicator. We'll look at this on the intraday chart, but just talking about this last trade here. Look at this. Purple candlestick comes up. Getis Plus indicator says, hey, there's a trade. I mean, seriously? I didn't actually participate in this trade because I was actually taking a nap because I was super tired. Okay. But I took advantage of this. I took advantage of this actually right here, just a little candlestick. This red one. That's all I needed to do for my to meet my goals for the day, because I already made the bulk of my profits earlier in the day, so I wasn't sweating it. But look at this. This trade here was monster. This trade, monster. Both these trades were, my goodness, they were. What are we looking at here? Well over 10 points in each direction. Right? You're looking at 15 to 20 points total here. Okay, if you're like me, you have a little bit larger retail account, you can take advantage of even small movements like this one. That's the one I took advantage of. Okay, and what's not being shown here, we'll look at the charts, intraday charts here in a moment, but what's not being shown here is earlier in the day there was some nice movement, like on the hourly chart, like at 9 o'clock in the morning, and that's one where I took the biggest trade there at that point. So those are my profits for the day. I don't do a lot of trading, guys. You can see I'm trading 3 contracts now. So total 9 contracts. That means I only did what? I only did 3 trades the whole day. That's it, right? I've had people say, why don't you stream? Why don't you stream? Stream what? You're going to watch me do 3 trades? Are you really going to hang around for like 18 hours? Some of my trades at night, some of it was in intraday in the morning, some of it was late in the afternoon. Are you really going to sit around waiting for me to make 3 trades? See, it isn't like, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to compare my service, my $7.99 service, to another service that charges thousands of dollars. We're going to look at that today. Okay, I'm not going to criticize the service because I never actually took this other person's service. It may actually be good, but we're going to make a comparison, okay? But anyway, you can see why I don't. First of all, I can't stream during the day because I have a day job. Okay, but even if I did, you'd be bored because you'd have to catch me only making 3 trades in like an 18-hour period. Okay, I don't have to hardly do any trading to make a lot of money. All right, so streaming just doesn't really make any sense. Using the service that I have does. Okay, let's look at the intraday charts. Okay, here we are on the 5-minute chart, right? 5-minute chart. I mean, this today's range was 23.5, if I remember right, on the daily. 23.5, that's all it was. But look at this chart. This chart's a thing of beauty. Look at this. I mean, I don't know how you can't make money on this chart. Seriously. This is where I made the bulk of my profits, right here. I saw it pulling down, and I took a short side trade. Even without a Getis Plus indicator, it was up here, and I saw it, and I jumped in. Okay, you can see let me make this a little bit thicker. You can see right there, it went from green to purple And it was somewhere down in this candlestick, somewhere right down in here. It might even been in that one. And I took the trade and took, I didn't even have to take a huge trade here, guys. It was just like whatever it was, you know. But because of the 3 E-minis, my position size, you know, a decent sized position, I was able to make profits pretty quick right in this area right here. I didn't even have to get down into this area. I just took profits right in this area right here. That's it. Okay, then look at this trade. Talking about the trades of the day. Look at this. This is 9:30 this morning, my time here in Texas. I mean, look at this. Seriously? Okay, this was about approximately, let me just change this so it's a little bit easier to read to, yeah. So this was approximately, okay, that's 5 points right there. This is about 7 or 8 points total. So you're getting at least 5 or 6 points total just out of this trade right here. So even on an E micro, you're making at least a little bit of money. And then it turns right around, comes all the way back down. You can see the HMI turned colors and changed. This today was, I mean, even though the range was only 23.5, you just can't ask for a better chart. And then what happens again over here? 12:40 in the afternoon. Bam, you get a signal. You wait for that SMI to roll over. Boom, the HMI turns purple. Look at this trade, another one. From 49.70, right? All the way down to about 50, I don't know how low this got. It got as low as 55, let's call it, 56. So that's about 15 points. Again, you're gonna catch maybe 10 to 12 of this, okay? You catch at least 10 to 12 of this, you're not gonna catch all of it. And then what happens? Right here at 135, I'm telling you, today was a day. Purple candlestick, it goes up again. These are just like perfect type of trading. You can't ask for better trading. This is exactly what you want in trading. We're on this one right here. Another profit. What happens? A little while later, we get another one at 210. There were so many opportunities today, it was crazy. Another opportunity to trade. Right there. That's where I actually made some money. I made some money right in here. Right in this little pullback. And then even this pullback wasn't really that small. It was, again, was not quite 10 points. It was like about 8 points. I think I only needed, I just had like, I think I only picked up like 1 or 2 points in here. So, you know, just a small little trade. Okay, but for you guys who are trading really small accounts and trading small positions, I mean, there were so many opportunities today. I don't know how you couldn't make some money today. You just got to pay attention to the charts, man. The Getis Plus indicator today was absolutely smashing home runs. Smashing it, guys. All right. Okay, now let's switch over and we're going to look at another service. And a lot of people know this guy's service. I'm not going to criticize the guy's service. I'm just going to make a comparison, okay? I'm going to show you the comparison. One of an issue that kind of came up, I think, a few days ago. Maybe it was more than a few days ago. It might have been a couple weeks back, where somebody asked me a question. Okay, well, let's get into that. Okay, most of you probably know about warrior trading. Okay, and this is Ross. Ross streams his content most days, I think, and you know, he's a very successful trader. He trades almost exclusively equities. In other words, he trades stock. Okay, he trades almost always stock. Okay. And you can see his price layouts here. He's got different plans, right? $197 a month. Okay, guys, mine is $7.99 a month. We're going to talk about this. Okay, he has a lot of content, right? A lot. I actually looked at this like about 3 years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I was contemplating purchasing one of his. It was a little bit different back then, but it's basically similar to what you see here. Okay. And I think I was looking at that time, he had something like, I don't know if he had this pro special one, but he had this one. His flagship one for like $2,500. And I was thinking about it, but it's a lot of money, right? This is a lot of money. There's no disputing that for the average person, this is a big, huge commitment. Right? Eventually, I chose not to do it because I didn't want to take this big of a risk, put down this kind of money, and then, you know, not be able to make the money back or better. I went my own route and I started trading futures, which I already was, but I just kept honing my skills. And you can see where I'm at today, right? Today I make anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 a day. Okay. Ross trades stock. I trade futures. Huge difference between these two. And again, I'm not criticizing Ross. I'm not criticizing his content here. I mean, his course, his multiple courses. Some people may have actually bought these courses and done very well. That's great. If you're watching, following Ross and his warrior trading, and you think that's the way to go, and you want to spend this kind of money, go for it. I'm happy for Ross. He's making a lot of money. Okay, but guess what? I'm making a lot of money too. Okay, and I think part of the problem is, the reason I'm bringing this up, because I had a person say to me, or ask me a question on the membership. And I'm not sure they're a member anymore. They may have left. It happens. It's part of business. People come and go. But he said, he or she said, are you willing to, or do you have a public accountant, basically an auditing firm, confirm your trades, confirm your transactions, basically? Because that person was asking, how do we know whether or not you're trading paper money, or if these profits you're showing every day are real? And I kind of responded and said, look, I don't have to prove anything to anybody. I know I'm profitable, but it may not have come from warrior trading, but Ross is probably the most well-known guy that does that. He does these audits, and he has basically a certified public accountant firm that I guess at some point either has at one time or still does once a year, whatever he does, he has them confirm his transactions and his profits, right? It's part of his promotional business, part of his business, right? That's how he helps promote his business, right? He says, hey, look, I've had an accountant firm confirm my profits. It's the real deal. So you can have faith in buying my courses. Not a bad way to go, pretty smart, right? But I don't feel compelled to do that, right? I don't have to really go out and prove to anybody that my trades are profitable. I know they're profitable. And if somebody doesn't want to be a member of my service just because I don't go pay for an auditor to audit my stuff, that's fine. That's your choice. No big deal. It doesn't hurt me. I'm not upset by it. But I wanted to make the comparison because you know what part of the problem here is, guys and gals? That I only charge $7.99. I'm being serious. When people see $7.99, they think, oh, this is a little scammy, a little cheapy little service. It's not the real deal. It's too cheap. It can't be real. People 100% associate price with the validity of a product or service. That's the truth. That's human psychology. So Ross comes along and he knows that. And what does he charge? $200, $600, $2,500, and $3,500. Okay, this stuff is crazy expensive. Does it work? I have no idea. I've never actually bought his service, and I don't plan on to, because I don't have to, because I'm already extremely profitable. Now, like I said, I'm not here to criticize Ross's his trading plans and his content you can buy and follow him on streaming and all that other stuff. For some people, maybe that's the way to go. But for me personally, I had to ask myself, do I really want to spend $2,500 not knowing whether or not I'm even going to make my money back? For me, it wasn't worth it. That's all I'm saying. The price is extremely high, right? The other thing is, I trade futures and Ross trades stock. Ross does a lot of transactions sometimes. He's in and out of a lot of trades. He's a hotkey. He uses hotkeys and he jumps in and out of trades and whatever. He has his own style. And a lot of that style, a lot of the way he trades is revealed apparently in his courses, okay? But guys, you know how many trades I made today? I made 3 trades. 3, that's it, for the whole day. And I made $1,200. So I don't have to be nearly as busy because futures are way more profitable than stock. Now, Ross has some big accounts and he can take on some huge positions. So, you can be very profitable at stock, and he knows how to, with his news feed, and he's very good at targeting stocks that are ripe for the taking, let's say, okay? And that's great. But no matter what, stock will never compete with futures as far as how much profit you can make over a very small amount of movement. Futures are exponentially more profitable than stock will ever be. Now, it's not to say that one trade that Ross might make on stock, or some of his, let's call them members, They could make a lot of money trade on a given stock in any given moment and make more money than I make on futures. That's true. That could easily happen. But in the long run, futures are going to be way more profitable. And I don't have to work nearly as hard. As you can see, I did 3 trades today. You saw earlier in this video. One thing that I know, regardless of what people say about whether you're paying $7.99 or you're paying $2,500 or $200, okay? One thing I know is your account size has a lot to do with how much you can truly make. Now, Ross likes to do these $1,000 account. I don't know what he calls them. It's $1,000 account challenge, I think he calls them. And he starts with $1,000 in an account, and he proves to everybody that he can make a lot of money and continue to rack up the money, because he's good at it. And that's the whole point. He's good at it, really good at it. And guess what? I'm really good at trading futures. Though this isn't a competition between me and Ross, all I'm saying is he does things differently than I do it. It doesn't make one person better than the other. Okay? If you're going to pay $200, $600, $2,500, or $3,500 to take one of Ross's courses, you're going to have to put in the time and energy to become as good as Ross so you can take your $1,000 and do the same thing he does. There's no two ways about it. There is no quick trip to riches, guys. It's rare. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Some people are able to probably take Ross's program and they probably have gone on a rocket ship and done really well. That's probably not true for most people. All right? Because I know my journey. Ross's journey took him a while to figure out how to become a very successful trader. And whether you take his courses or not, I'm going to tell you right now, the odds are it will take you quite a while to become a very successful trader because you're going to have to build up your account to really take down some big trades, okay? And I know because that was my journey. If there is a similarity between Ross and I is that we both had to go on a journey to get to a place to where we're making a lot of money. Now, Ross clearly makes a lot more money than I do on my account, but I'm making good money. I'm making $1,000 to $1,500 a day right now. And at the rate my account is growing, of course, I'm blessed. Okay, I don't make two bones about it. I give God the glory. I don't care if people like it or not. I'm not trying to bash people over the head with the Bible or anything, but I believe in Christ, and that's my part of my journey, and God has blessed me, and I'm super grateful. Okay, but I know that it took a long time for me to go from being a real horrible trader, losing a lot of money every year, to becoming nowadays a successful trader where I'm making $1,000 to $1,500 a day. And if things continue to go as well as they are, and I believe they will, guess what? It doesn't take a genius to figure out if I'm making $1,000, $1,500 every trading day. You can do the math, right? It's not going to take long for me to be at a place where, I don't have to work my full-time job anymore. And this person said, well, how come you don't get an auditor? How come you don't get an auditor to go do it? Well, guess what? I'm not Ross. And no offense to Ross, I'm like I said before, I'm happy for him. He's made a lot of money, and maybe his courses are really great. Maybe they're not for some people. I don't know. Okay, but Ross isn't the guy who gets to set the standard of what everybody else should do. And maybe other people do audits too and show the people, look, I've had an auditor come in and check me out, blah, blah, blah. That's not necessarily the standard, guys. Just because somebody does it doesn't mean everybody has to do it. Like I said already earlier here, I honestly believe my problem is my service is too cheap. And that's the God's honest truth. That's the problem. That's why people won't take the service seriously. But I'm going to keep it at $7.99 for now. I'm not going to charge you $2,500 or $200 or $600. Okay, I don't have all this content. But you can look at my video, and I even have a video that when people become members, they can look at the video and they can get my opinion about how I go about trading and what I do to make money on futures, which could be possibly used for options on the SPY as well. Okay, so it's apples to oranges. This whole thing kind of started because somebody asked me about the whole get an audit firm to confirm my trades. I'm like, look, that's not happening. Okay, so if you can't handle this $8 a month, that's fine. That's your choice. But for $8 a month, you really shouldn't complain, because take a look at this, guys. I mean, seriously, these are apples to oranges. You cannot compare these two. Trading stock and trading futures are not the same. I even heard Ross kind of mention futures, I think the other day in a video that he did, because I watch his stuff occasionally. You know, I like watching his content. He seems like he's a pretty cool guy. I don't trade anything like what he does. I don't follow his techniques. I don't follow his candlestick approaches or any of that stuff because I don't have to. I have my own trading style that works very well. Okay. And I catch, Ross is looking for fast action, right? He's grabbing fast moving stocks. I'm just catching the big movements in futures. Two completely different approaches. Sometimes I do have to jump in and out of trades fast. Like today, I had a trade that lasted less than a minute. I was in and out less than a minute for a quick scalp. Okay, that is part of my trading style. All right. But I wanted to make this comparison not because I'm in competition with Ross and Warrior Trading. I know a lot of people follow Warrior Trading, and I think that's awesome. Go do your thing. For me personally, I didn't want to spend this kind of money. And my journey was everybody's journey is a little bit unique. I think most traders lose money. That's a fact. Most people are not successful traders. But the few that get over the hurdle and keep plugging at it and keep going, that's the important part. The journey is what makes you a better trader eventually if you keep sticking with it. That's the truth. Your willingness to stick with it and keep honing your skill. And whether you pay $7.99 for my ridiculously cheap service member, or whether you want to go pay this huge hundreds to thousands of dollars for Ross, I'm telling you right now, I don't care which way you decide to go here, you're going to have to spend time becoming a good trader. There are no shortcuts, and that's the truth. No matter what anybody tells you, Ross or me or anybody else, okay? All right, so anyways, stick around to the very, very end of this video. I'll show you how to become a member if you're interested. Okay, so here's my $7.99 a month service, which, I got to shake my head sometimes after looking at prices other people charge. Absolutely amazing. So here's $7.99 a month. There's a link in the description right below this video, okay? YouTube and Google treat me like, I'm on their bad boy list. I'm a conservative, I'm a Christian, they hate me. That's just the bottom line. People, if I comment on videos, people click the little report this person kind of thing. And they say things like, this person said Biden's a bad person, or open borders stink, or Democrats, are ruining the nation. Well, Google and YouTube don't like that kind of talk, so they basically don't let my videos get out. So that's why if you look at my videos like right now, you'll see I get like 80 views, 100 views. That's all I get, right? I don't get thousands of views. Because that's the nature of the beast with Google and YouTube. They censor anybody who's even remotely conservative. So that's the crap I got to deal with. But in any case, click on the link below the video. It says Discord. Make sure you read the instructions because, you don't have any problems joining. Once you do that, it's going to bring you over to click on the link and it's going to bring you over to get a server. Then click on server shop. It's going to bring you to this page here, $7.99. I mean, after watching this video, I'm not even going to talk about how that's just ridiculously a tremendous value. Some of the things you get with the membership is you get the streaming charts down here. These stream 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. So when you join, just click on the stream down here. You're going to see 3 streaming charts. It's a 5-minute chart, the 15-minute chart, and the 1-hour chart. The 1-hour chart has the cycles on there. It's got all the charts. Intraday charts have the Getis Plus indicator on there. That's been super helpful. You saw the trades of the day in the intraday charts, right? Those trades were amazing today. I made $1,200 using those charts. Okay, so that's the streaming charts. Also, an alert gets sent when the Getis Plus indicator gets triggered. An alert goes to this channel, so you can just right-click on this and turn on notifications. Okay, there's no streaming charts for everything in this box right here, but I do still send alerts to these channels. So if you want to trade gold, crude oil, top 30 stocks, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, then you can just set on notifications on these channels, okay? Some people like to trade these commodities, right? There's some daily alerts in here as well. Premium symbols, a good channel to check out. I put premium symbols in there every day at the end of the day. It can be anywhere from 2 to 4 files worth of symbols in there. Okay, sometimes I trade currency. If I do, it'll be in there. In this channel is a read-only channel, but you can go in there. You just can't post anything. This is my channel only specifically for me. But this video, like right here, I'll put a link in there for this video so the members can just easily click on the link. You can even watch the video right on the Discord server here on this app. You don't have to go to YouTube if you don't want to. And also, when I put out the nightly email, I'll put it in this channel to notify the members. And speaking of the nightly email, if you want to be on the nightly email, just put your email address in the emails only channel. And every night I send out a daily chart of the S&P 500 with the cycles on there, as well as right now there's support lines on there because we're near all-time high, so there's no resistance, but there's support on there. And I usually give a couple sentences of my opinion about what I think the market's going to do. Okay, fixed income, I do buy corporate bonds from time to time. If I do, I put those in there. And then these two channels up here are just general member chat. A lot of it's in the S&P 500, some of it's in the member chat. All right. So guys and gals, everything you get for $7.99 is in this rectangle. All right. It's crazy, the value here. All right. This channel is just open to the general public, but there's nothing in there. There's no services in there. Everything here is members only. The public cannot access these channels. They have to pay the $7.99 to get in. Okay. This is just hi, welcome to the server. That's all it is. Okay. Rules. Please read the rules. It's really important. The refund rules are in there. The be nice to everybody else and don't be a jerk on the server rules are in there. If you're going to be nasty, post nasty pictures, post nasty sayings, links, stuff like that, I'm going to warn you, and then I'm going to kick you. If you keep doing it, you're going to get banned. Okay, so please be nice. Otherwise, I got to be the bad guy, but I'll do it if I have to. Okay, and then also in here is a disclaimer that I'm not a financial advisor, guys. Okay, I don't give advice. I just give opinion only. Okay. All right, that pretty much covers it, guys and gals. I hope you had an awesome day of trading. God bless everybody. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.